Hello, it's Mrs. Gibson again. This week we will be reading from this Scope magazine. And if you look here, it says May 2020. If you flip it here to the side, this is volume 68, number 8. Today we will be reading two short articles. The first one is on pages 2 and 3, and that is Grammar's Kid Inventions. And the other one will be just pages 22 and 23. And this is a short read, nonfiction. Why are these chips so delicious? So let's go back to pages 2 and 3. Please go with me to the top of 3. And there is a little blue box up there. And we have 3 twos to choose from: T-O, T-O-O, and T-W-O. So T-O is a preposition. It is often used to indicate a direction or destination, as in I'm going to bed, or Jen is talking to Ben. When you guys write letters home, you send it to. So that also is the same T-O. T-O-O means also, as in Ryan was laughing and John was too. Ryan was laughing and John was also. To can also mean excessively, as in that is too loud. Lastly, it's TWO, and TWO is a number, as in Ava has 2 cats. Okay, let's start over here on 2. And we're looking at top. Did you know the genre of science fiction was invented by a teenager? Yep, in 1816, Mary Shelley, who was 18, wrote Frankenstein. The novel is considered the first work of sci-fi. It's awesomely creepy too, T-O-O. Hip hop. On August 11th, 1973, DJ Kool Herc, who was 18, threw a back-to-school party for his younger sister in the Bronx in New York City. This too we're picking is T-O. Little did he know that it would become known as the first hip-hop party ever. Herc, whose real name is Clive Campbell, had come up with a new way to play music. Once again, T-O. Both of these are T-O. He noticed that dancers loved the section of music known as the break, when all instruments stopped playing except the drums. Herc found the break in different songs and switched back and forth between them. The dancers went wild, and Herc went down in history as one of the founders of hip-hop. Swim fins. Today, Benjamin Franklin is famous for many things, such as helping to write the United States Constitution. But Franklin was also quite the inventor. As an adult, he created bifocal glasses and the rocking chair. When he was 11, Franklin came up with an early form of swim fins. He cut TWO, 2 pieces of wood, into ovals. Holding one in each hand, he found he was able to swim much faster. Just as he had hoped, he made fins for his feet too. This is TOO. He made fins for his feet also. Today, fins similar to the ones Ben invented are worn by swimmers around the world. Thanks, Ben. And popsicles. In the sweltering heat of summer, a popsicle is TO, refreshing to turn down. Did you know this frosty treat was invented by a kid? In 1905, 11-year-old Frank Epperson used a wooden stir stick to combine some powdered drink mix and water in a cup. Epperson left his drink with the stick still in it outside overnight. The next morning, the drink was frozen solid, so he ate it using the stick as a handle. Epperson named his delightful discovery the Epsicle, combining his last name and the word icicle. Years later, his children call it Popsicle, and the name we now know was born. At the top of 3, or there in the middle above the boy's head, in the 1930s, 2 Cleveland teens named Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster invented the character Superman. They later sold Superman to DC Comics for $130. Later on, you will have a double-sided worksheet. and you will have to choose on one of the sides which two, the TO, the TOO, or the TWO. If you forget which ones they are, look at the top. It will explain it to you. Now let's go to pages 22 and 23 for the short nonfiction piece, meaning this is for real. All the right notes. Who needs perfection anyway? Spotlight on inference. I am wrong. I apologize. That's for Friday. Oops, I had a human moment. Let's go to 22 and 23. This is nonfiction. It is a short read, meaning it also is true. Why are these chips so delicious? Scientists know the secret to making packaged food taste great. But is all this yumminess bad for our health? They work in top secret laboratories. They are forbidden to speak of their experiments. Their discoveries can be worth millions of dollars. Are these highly trained scientists developing a supercomputer? A cure for a disease? A weapon? Nope. Their creations are right in front of you in that sweet, fizzy soda you're sipping and those crunchy, salty chips you're munching on. These men and women are flavorists, scientists who devote their lives to making food taste delicious. And they are experts at concocting flavors you will love. Concocting here means making. They're designing. They are inventing. Whether it's a lip-smacking berry flavor for a sports drink or a mouth-watering chili cheese coating for a pretzel. To work their magic, flavorists use thousands of chemicals, oils, extracts, and other substances to create artificial flavors. Even a seemingly simple flavor like strawberry in a milkshake might contain 50 ingredients and extracts. Think of all the extracts your mother cooks with her grandma. Vanilla extracts. You put vanilla extract in your pancakes, your cakes, your cupcakes, and you get a vanilla flavor. You can do lemon. I've seen coconut. I've bought root beer. All those flavorings to enhance your food. Prized treasures. The modern flavor industry got its start in the 1950s when Americans' eating habits underwent a drastic shift. Drastic is life-changing. It's huge. It used to be that if you wanted a cookie, you had to bake it yourself or take a trip to your corner bakery. If you wanted an apple, you had to grow it or buy it from someone who did. Then a new technology came along that changed everything: processing. Food that has been processed has been frozen, canned, or treated with chemicals called preservatives that keep it fresh on store shelves. Americans love the convenience of processed food. Unfortunately, processing kills flavor. The goal of the first flavorist was to make processed foods taste halfway as good as fresh. Today, adding flavor to processed foods is still a major part of the flavorist's job, and a big job it is. Nearly 60% of the foods we eat are highly processed. But modern flavors aren't just working to make barbecue chips taste like barbecue or tomato sauce taste like tomatoes. They're also inventing new flavors. They scour the globe for inspiration, bringing new tastes to America. Ever try Chipotle flavored chips? They're inspired by Chipotle peppers from Mexico. Perfecting a new flavor may take years, but if successful, it can bring in millions. No wonder flavor companies guard their formulas as prized treasures. Slimy pink blob. So what makes a flavor hit? Why do we love some flavors and curl our lips at others? To understand the answers, wander over to a mirror and stick out your tongue. That slimy pink blob is a sophisticated instrument packed with flavor-sensing taste buds. Your 10,000 taste buds, which are on your cheeks as well as your tongue, can detect 5 flavors: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. Our power to detect flavors is a critical survival tool. Thousands of years ago, when our ancestors were hunting and gathering food in the wild, a quick taste could determine if a food was edible. Edible meaning you could eat it safely, or if it was deadly. A bitter berry, it could kill you. That sour hunk of buffalo meat, ugh, it's rotten. Our tongues, however, play only a small role in taste. Ever wonder why food tastes bland when you have a stuffy nose? Bland means it doesn't really have a taste. It's not salty, it's not sweet, nothing sticks out. It's because your tongue is pretty much lost without your nose. The tongue can distinguish between something sweet and something bitter, but it's the complex interplay between aroma and taste that tells your brain whether that delectable ice cream you're eating is chocolate or vanilla. Delectable means yummy, it's delicious. Burst of flavor. If flavors understood the intricacies of taste, then food companies understand which tastes translate into a best-selling product. Through the research, food companies have discovered that the most successful products pop in the mouth with bursts of different flavors that quickly fade, leaving the brain wanting more. They have also found that texture, the buttery softness of a cookie, the delightful ooze of cheese on a pizza, is key. In fact, food companies know how we prefer nearly everything, from how much crunch we want in our chips to how thick we like our donut glaze. All this data enables companies to make foods that are seriously scrumptious, seriously delicious. But is it possible that some foods are too delicious? Many of the foods we love the most are the least healthy. Some experts believe companies deliberately create foods that are hard, indeed nearly impossible to resist. Studies have shown that certain textures combined with just the right flavors short-circuit our body system for signaling when we're full. So we just keep eating and eating and eating. This means more money for food companies and health problems for us. Most food companies dismiss this criticism. They insist they're just making foods that taste great. Isn't it up to us to know when we've had enough? Of course it is. This bag of chips we've been eating, we know we should put it away. We've eaten way too many chips already, but they are so yummy. Maybe we'll have just a few more. So I was going to mention something, just a little bit of trivia. If you've ever eaten a Pringles, a serving of Pringles is 14. And most of us would never stop at eating 14. I did not define two words, and I was going to give you textbook definition, but I don't seem to have it. Okay. Well, you will have your double-sided worksheet and intricacies. Intricacies, that's on the top of 23 in the first paragraph. Really, it's one from the fifth word over. Intricacies is things that are intricate. They're finely detailed. And this umami is a flavor. It's not sweet, it's not salty, it's not sour, it's not bitter. And I want to say a lot of times meat is umami, the flavor of meat. All right, I think I told you that correctly. Have a wonderful day. And I will be reading to you all week from the same magazine. And it would be wonderful one day when I come out to pick up and deliver new schoolwork if I could see you guys. Have a lovely day.